Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, December 1, 2022. Today's Mercury-Mars opposition can ruffle a few feathers. Disruptions are possible, and tensions can rather swiftly lead to disagreements. This transit can stir up matters related to work, responsibilities, family, or your domestic world. It can be challenging to enjoy yourself with imbalances glaring at you, but it's possible that things need to reach a boiling point to recognize the need for changes. Still, watch how you express yourself if you're feeling stressed, as this aspect can lead to rash commentary or actions. As the day advances, you'll find it easier to focus on the practical side of things, helping you detach. A Mercury-Saturn transit is useful for taking care of business and communicating effectively. Your strong sense of responsibility is in the spotlight. You're interested in making improvements, and your thinking is particularly sound and realistic, which is handy right now. Despite the turbulent chaos of recent weeks, today offers a lifeline to you. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger of the mind and communication, will smile over to mighty Saturn, the planet of strength and permanence. This will help you to be more realistic and practical about any plans you make with a significant other. Your judgment will be sound, your critical thinking skills will be pronounced, and your sense of responsibility will also increase at this time. Draw up paperwork together or read the fine print of any contracts the two of you must sign. Think about what you need to work on in your work and life balance. Conversations about where you could go, what you have accomplished, and what you could pursue in your career might pop up when Mars retrograde in Gemini opposes Mercury in Sagittarius. Although optimistic, you may find that something has to change or adjust in your work and life balance to give your home, family, and career your all. Since Mercury also sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, it might be time to adopt a more unique, if unconventional, approach to your work and life balance. It has only been 6 days since Jupiter turned direct after retrograding out of your income sector last month, but already he is just 3 weeks away from returning. The Moon's return in 2 days will give you a better read on the planets already preparing for his return, and that includes those on both the income and career fronts. Saying what you mean is going to seem much easier today. Your emotions may bubble up when you least expect it, and you may even send a stinging word out of your mouth without realizing it. The wise will take extra care to burn off energy in the body with exercise and will be mindful of getting proper rest. When the body is conditioned, the mind follows a more predictable path, and relating to others becomes more harmonious. Have you ever considered sharing your talents with others by teaching? If you haven't, don't be surprised if today's energy has you thinking about it. The vibration from this number focuses a lot on giving of yourself in this manner, and while formal teaching may not be your thing, there are many ways for you to share what you know. You could do anything from showing your kids how to do a craft, to authoring a book on the subject you know best. Explore this area today to see where you can expand yourself. The Moon's return to Pisces each month is always a valuable chance to check in, both with your own inner voice and also with the ever-changing cosmic conditions. However, while this is an ordinary monthly visit, this could help define your path forward for months if not years to come, as the Moon not only returns for its first visit since Jupiter turned direct last week, but just as the planet of luck and expansion moves into his final 3 weeks in your sign. This will ensure you are emotionally and intuitively engaged as Jupiter gets serious about bringing home the final phase of the launch of this new 12-year Jupiter cycle of expansion. While the Moon's return to Pisces today, on the same day that Jupiter moves into his final 3 weeks here, will be personally empowering and a valuable chance to check in. This is also the last visit before the Dwarf Planet series leaves your relationship sector. The next few days might put a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test, but will help you better understand what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Our eyes in the sky. Try to get in some light exercise before heading off to work, and try to avoid grabbing that extra cup of coffee or it could lead to a case of the jitters. Today has a cerebral vibe that might get the better of you, making it important that you ground yourself and focus on your breath throughout the day. Should you begin to feel overwhelmed, take a step back and rest, if only for a few minutes. Watch out for a communication breakdown this afternoon when the moon shares an off-kilter connection. Choose your words with care while this energy is present so you can avoid arguments. Your ability to understand any situation is good and you're able to undertake any sort of mental task. Equally, you're communicating without any difficulty, so possible negotiations or similar conversations turn out to be successful. You also find your general level of curiosity is heightened and you're keen to acquire knowledge and learn as much as you can. You apply yourself to a subject that has stimulated your interest over a sustained period. It's easier for you to obtain the necessary focus you need and you're more motivated than you have ever been before. Use this newfound enthusiasm and concentrate on making contacts to solve any outstanding issues needed for a successful outcome. Luckily, the energy transforms this evening, which should help you quickly release any unpleasant thoughts or situations you found yourself in today. The cosmic weather is quiet today, until Mercury in Sagittarius opposes retrograde Mars in Gemini, provoking a war of words. Offensive or defensive language is unlikely to help us make our point. We are nervous and quick to anger, and although we may have good talking points to back up our arguments, we are apt to flit from talking point to talking point without finishing our thoughts. Our inability to stay on topic means that civilized discussions can quickly devolve into yelling matches. We are still in a long lunar void, of course, which began last night, and must attempt to remain patient now, even if someone is intent on getting up in our faces. If possible, avoid electing this day to finally air out long-held grievances. Guard against the perils of extravagance and overindulgence in any way you can. Your current fantasies are unlikely to be fulfilled, they're just excessively optimistic. Try not to feel so dissatisfied with your circumstances and be as realistic as possible, instead of needlessly having such impractical feelings and yearnings that ultimately don't make you happy. If the response you get from prospective dates is not always positive, consider how your approach might be improved. You may want to ask what you could change about yourself. Becoming more self-aware can help you understand what to change or at least help you appreciate another's point of view or not. It will be hard interacting with people today. You overreact to the smallest things and feel completely misunderstood. It would do you good to take a step back, clear your thoughts and start tackling the arguments in a calmer way. In the late afternoon, the moon enters Pisces, ending its void of course which began late last night. Over the next 2 days, our creative and spiritual senses are enlivened. This is a time to trust our intuition, examine our subconscious workings, and get in touch with the numinous and liminal. It is an ideal lunar period for working with divination techniques like tarot or scrying. Artistic pastimes such as painting or making music are also favored. If we are stressed, bathing, showering, or relaxing near bodies of water can be rejuvenating.